Good Erev Shabbos will take a detour from the Parsha to talk about Purim. There seem to be in the sources, one in the Megillah itself and one somewhere else, based on the commentaries, two different reasons for why the attack we suffered during the Purim story happened. One was because we did a horrible thing in that we joined a party that was basically celebrating the ongoing demise of the Jewish people and the impotence of God by the Persians. That was, a terrible thing. The Jewish people were acting like God couldn't get them through the rules of nature for them doing something natural like being at a party. The other was, a little bit earlier in history, they had pretended to bow down to an idol. And perhaps this happened because, they, didn't feel that God had rescued them miraculously during the destruction or at the end of the 70 years. And they didn't feel that God was helping them, and probably the corollary that he could get them for doing the wrong thing. He was not involved in open miracles anymore. And basically, after that, they were sent Haman and Agagi, and Agag was the king of Amalek. So really, they were attacked by the Amalekites. And they had to learn a lesson that they did by dealing with two battles, one that looked miraculous, 75,000 people in one day, and one that looked natural, like the government helping them. And Mordecai taught them that really, in fact, although it looked one miraculous and one natural, it was both of them the hidden miracle of God, not open, not a Yom Tif, but not a day that didn't need to be celebrated in the future. And so they learned that God is with them, every day in history when he's not even obvious, and that he could have gotten them for, and did get them for, the party and for the bowing down. But the amazing thing is this is exactly what happened thousands of years earlier. The Jewish people leave Egypt. They see the open miracles of the 10 plagues, the splitting of the sea, the manna, and all that sorts of other things. And they still ask, is God with us? How can they ask, is God with us? They saw it all the time. But it says one of the commentaries, they saw that, or they wanted to know, was God with them in the hidden way within nature? And God's response was, if you don't believe that, I'm sending Amalek. And he will attack you, and you'll have to win a war where you'll have to fight, and you'll see that God is on your side, because when Moses raises his hands in prayer, then your prayers are answered, and then you win, but you win while fighting, not miracles. And when Moses doesn't have his hands up and you don't pray, you lose. But not because it was a miracle and that you were swallowed by the earth, but because you just didn't seem to fight quite as well. God can help us in battle. He can help us deal with he can involve himself when we make a party when we shouldn't, and he can protect us even when we think he can't from a country that's forcing us to bow down. He can step in with open miracles. And this is what we need to believe and know, that God is with us all the time, even when we don't realize it. The presence of God is giving us the feeling, and should, that he loves us, that he cares, that we will win, that he will be with us. And we should continue to have Jewish self-esteem, knowing that God is with us in every generation. Have a good Shabbos.